KPFT HD2 streaming worldwide.
Is that egg shakers in there?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes, it is actually.
Like real ones? Did you do
Yeah,
it? Oh,
yeah.
sweet. Hell yeah.
No, I made... this always strikes up a conversation. I don't know why this song always does, but I made it like 5 years ago, just like messing around, recording in my old apartment. And finally we had a use for it when we were trying to make an intro song. It was like, finally.
I use.
All that egg shaker practice is coming in handy now, right?
Yeah, man. I need to register with BMI because I'm missing out, dude. It gets played every week on the radio.
Oh, is that how that works?
Reap those tens of dollars per year, man.
Hey, man, the radio pays better than Spotify does.
That's true. 100% true.
Yeah, dude. Well, what's up, everybody? This is Tom.
This is Messiah.
And this is our special guest, Jude, here from Stone Nomads.
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
You're very welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah. And you're listening to the Long River Radio Show on KPFT HD2 in cahoots with The Living Art. And Jude and Stone Nomads just released a brand new album that we're going to listen to some stuff from. And you told us, I didn't know this before you got here, but Esben from Monolord played drums on it.
That is correct.
I'm
yeah.
super jealous. That's so cool.
Wait, and he's not here, right? Is that what I gathered from all those?
He's over in Sweden.
Oh, whoa.
That's the power of the internet, man.
Yeah, I love the internet. Yeah.
Send a little message, say, hey, you want to play drums on an album?
Wow.
You're famous. Can you play for us too?
Well, first I started with like Mike Portnoy, and he said no. So,
Why does that name sound familiar?
it was the first name that came to mind, but it's Dream Theater.
Okay, that's what. Okay, I've been seeing posts about that. Something about Portnoy, and I was like, that's a fun, I guess, last name to say.
Yeah.
I have no idea if I'm saying it correctly, man.
But
I'm not really a Dream Theater fan.
That's how it sounded in my head, but I never heard it out loud, and I was like, Portnoy. Oh, that's a fun name. That's a fun name to say.
He's really good, but I would say it's way cooler for the kind of music that you play to have Esben on there.
Yeah, I think so. He fit the style a little bit better.
And he lives in Gothenburg, which is the coolest named city on the planet.
Whoa. Gothenburg.
But yeah, so this came out like a couple weeks ago, right?
It's like maybe 9-10 days ago.
Oh, okay. Have you been getting word back on it? What have you heard? Is everybody loving it?
Yes, every single person who has heard it loves it.
Yes. We were listening to it when you walked up, when you got here, and I really like it. I like how diverse those songs are. They don't just sound like the same song over and over again.
That is true. I did notice that.
Yeah.
This is definitely way out of my wheelhouse, so I'm always excited to hear people talk about this genre. Because, yeah, it's way, way out of my wheelhouse, but...
We have reggae days, and those are the days that you
Yeah.
So I was listening to a lot of Eka Mouse.
Oh,
and
sweet. Okay.
that helped me really channel some schizophrenia to help write these songs.
Okay, I'll
Dude,
listen
I
to
listen to reggae too,
Yeah.
man. So
Eka Mouse, I like Eka Mouse. That's nobody move, nobody get hurt. Nobody, that's him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, just making sure. I get him and Yellow Man mixed up. Sorry, I got excited.
Sing us a Yellow Man song.
I can't. I could see the word in my head, but it's like Zuni Zung Zuga Zungu Zang. Zuni. Yeah.
out on the streets, they called it murder.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not Yellow Man. That's
Let's see, who's that?
I just recognize that from every single drum and bass song I've ever heard.
yes. I can't remember.
Damian Marley.
Well,
I'm sure
he did that Welcome to
sampled it.
Jam
Yeah.
Rock with that. Dude, we got way off real quick.
That's normal.
Oh, you should have brought some reggae. we thought about doing that, like getting people from like the thrash scene to be like, bring your 3 favorite classical songs.
It's okay if it's Taylor Swift.
No, it's not. We can't afford Taylor Swift.
We'll just talk. Well, if they brought in Taylor Swift, we'll just talk about it.
Yeah, why not, man? Why not? Yeah, so a good buddy of mine was, when I was in college, was really into reggae, and he still is, but he's more into hip hop these days. But he introduced me to a lot of that stuff.
Sweet.
Do you ever go to any of the Houston shows, like Dem Roots or anybody?
No, I haven't in years, man. No.
It's always, I mean, you know, it's always fun to go to a reggae. It's usually not a show, like in a sense that we're used to shows, but
That Roots Reggae show was over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
That was awesome.
where was that?
Miller Theater.
Oh, was there a lot of people there?
Yes.
I would be so scared to like book a show there because you have to have a lot of people show up.
Can you book shows there? I mean, this was my first time. This place is huge, dude.
I mean, Shame on Me played there.
Excuse me.
Miller Outdoor, really?
Yeah.
I think I get them and what's the other outdoor one? Discovery Green mixed up.
That's a much smaller place.
Is it? Okay, maybe I'm thinking Discovery Green, but yeah, Miller Outdoor is like,
Yeah, it's a big
whoa,
place.
this is a place. Yeah.
Do people still roll down the hill there?
Kids do. I was tempted,
You
but
should have
I
it.
didn't.
Just crush some kids. Like with a beer in your hand, it's like splash.
Yeah, just like splash. No, man.
The challenge is to keep it from spilling the beer.
That's
really.
always fun.
While
Yeah.
you roll down the hill.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, like hold it up.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like we've all had the friend who fell and like smashed their face or something. They're like, but I didn't spill the beer.
yeah, and we're like, yeah,
Like, you should probably go to the doctor.
yeah,
but
yeah, bleeding from the face.
After I drink this beer, there's that one famous meme of the guy that like rolled down the stairs and like had his beer. It's like, man, that guy's ready to party, dude.
Yeah, totally. He did the front roll correctly.
Well, let's listen to some of this new album that you got. What's the name of the album?
the name of the album is At the Gates of Solitude. Yeah, very dark.
That sounds epic.
Well, Jude, we had a guy from Gothenburg playing drums.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
We had to go dark. You know, it's like we were bordering on black metal when we were thinking about that. You know?
Oh man, I can imagine that he could play some pretty good black metal too.
I imagine, man. I mean, he's from Sweden. So many of those Swedish and Norwegian bands. You know?
Yeah, just the Viking dudes that just want to double bass all the time.
So now, does Gotham? Have you guys looked up pictures of Gothenburg? Does it look like what I think it looks like, or is it beautiful?
Oh,
No, just kidding.
no, it looks. I mean, it's like overcast all the time.
Oh, really? Okay. So does it have like giant cathedrals with gargoyles and stuff like that?
It sounds like it would.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm picturing. Like dreary, wet all the time. The walls are green because it's moldy.
You know what, man? We should have called my wife. She's been there. She toured Sweden before.
Oh, wow.
But like as a singer.
Oh wow.
But I've never been.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures. It
Okay.
looks like a Northern European
Like
city.
a regular. Okay, all right.
Well,
My
while we
imagination.
listen to the song, we'll just message Esben and be like, "Hey, can you send us some pics?
Yeah,
We're
let's
on
see
the
that,
radio.
yeah.
We want to." No, I'm just joking.
Dude, we're like best friends now, so you know.
I talk to his kids on the phone every once in a while.
Of course, man. They call me Uncle Jude at this point.
So the name of this song that we're going to listen to is "Frigid."
Yes.
Is there a story behind it, or is it just a?
It's kind of a tale of like kind of a H.P. Lovecraft kind of creature of the depths. That's what
Okay.
it's about, man.
You play guitar, right?
I play bass.
You play bass. Do you also sing?
Yeah, I sing about half the songs.
Okay, because I noticed it sounds like different people sing.
Yeah,
Do you-
yeah.
Do you sing in this one?
Yes, but I think I just sing backup most of the time.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not true. I sing the choruses and I sing backup during the verses.
Okay. Cool. Well, then let's check it out. This is "Frigid" from Stone Nomads.
Seems like that lasted a long time, huh?
When you're listening that closely and just sitting here waiting.
I mean, I feel like I can say that since I recorded that, but that went on a while.
It always feels like that when you're like showing your friend a new song for the first time, and all of a sudden the intro is like way too long. You're like, it gets better, don't worry.
Just sit for like 2.5 minutes while it builds up. Trust me, it's
You
worth
gotta
it.
get in the zone. That's the point, man. So you said your guitar player mixed that, right?
Yeah, okay. So there's actually a little bit more to that than what I said. So the digital mix was done by our guitar player. The vinyl mix was done by Travis from Foster Mother.
Oh, I didn't know he did mixing and stuff.
Yeah, he does a little bit of it, and I think he's trying to do more of it. So if you buy a copy of the vinyl, that would be Travis's. No, wait, no. I'm sorry. He mastered it.
Oh,
John, our guitar player, mixed everything. Travis mastered the vinyl, and John mastered the digital.
oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't compared it to like volume wise, which when I think mastering, I'm like, oh, it sounds great. So he must have done a killer job. Does
Sounds
he
pretty
master
good to
their
me.
stuff too?
Travis? Yeah.
I guess he masters their own stuff.
Yeah, he does all the recording, mixing, mastering for Foster Mother. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I've only seen them once. I've never talked to them. I saw them play with Warlung and Duel once. That might have been where I met you.
Could be.
I think it was.
Oh, was that at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was wearing the Bong Wizard shirt and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, yeah, I know that band.
Yeah, I've seen them and played with them a number of times. Really nice guys. Travis is like way too friendly to be in heavy music. I don't understand like how he got into it, but dude, he loves really heavy music too. Like I'll talk to him. I'm like, hey man, what have you been listening to? And he's like, well, I've been listening to Entombed today, and like Left Hand Path, and I was like, hell yeah!
Oh, man.
Great guy though, man.
Dang, we should see if he wants to come on the show. Maybe he can show us some cool new stuff too. Yeah, I know like almost all the guys in the heavy bands are like that though. You meet the guys in Warlung, and they're like the most sweet, gentle dudes, and
they're very
they're,
nice,
like, shredding and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even like in the death metal scene, it's like, well, not always the same, but most of the time it's like somebody's growling about Satan and they get down and they're totally friendly, just normal people.
They're like, I took my kids to soccer practice yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, while they were playing, I came up with this great idea about Satan mutilating my corpse.
Yeah. I carved this pentagram into my chest while they were doing a spelling bee or something.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. I feel like all the metal dudes, I mean, they're like the nicest, scariest looking dudes all the time. Just, hey, what's up? Hey,
I
it's
think
going
that's one
pretty
thing I
well."
like about going and hanging out with like people from like maybe just like the heavy rock or doomy side of things, because like when you go and I played death metal for like 10 years, and everybody has on like their death metal show persona.
Gotta have a scowl, man.
Yeah, you know. Like, so it's, I don't know, I feel like it's nice to be able to be like, oh, it's just normal people instead of crazy biker death metal dudes.
Yeah. But the black metal guys, those are the scary ones, right? Is that what I've heard?
No,
They're
those
like,
are the nerdiest ones.
Are they the nerdiest ones?
Yeah.
Some of the, like way back in the day, they were the guys who ate each other's brains and killed one another. But
Oh, wow.
nowadays, no, I
They're
think you're
normal
right.
people.
The nerdiest guy.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me, and I like some black metal and stuff, but if you watch the drummers, they play really, really fast, but they're just playing like this. You can't see it, obviously.
Yeah.
Right, but they're just like barely tapping.
And they got the trigger module over here making them
very,
sound.
very, very gentle. Yes.
You got to conserve your energy when you're supposed to sound like a machine gun for a half an hour, you know, dude?
Ugh, that sounds so rough. So rough. How does that do? I mean, I guess at that point, what Garrett says, like, once you learn how to scream, I guess you can scream for that long and not
Yeah, I guess you got to find your own stamina in whatever you
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
'Cause that's intense. Like,
That's stamina. Alex, our buddy Alex, who plays for Oceans of Slumber, just left for Colombia to go to record for a few weeks, and he left with a bandage around his wrist. And he plays all day. He plays in like 3 different bands, and I'm like, dude, what are you gonna do? And he's like, I'm just gonna have to not play for a year when I get back. But he's gonna go out there and track for 3 weeks straight with like a.
Wait, which guy is he in that band?
He's the guitar player.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's one of the guitar players. It's him. They just, I think, so Dauber and Cammy are like the power couple that are that band.
Right.
And they just got Alex to play guitar and Chris Kritikos from Southwing Audio.
Okay,
He-
yeah.
He's playing, I think, the other guitar. And I don't know the guy that's playing bass. But, yeah, Alex has been telling me about how they've had like a month to get ready to record this big, long album. He's been telling me a lot about it. It sounds intense.
doesn't stamina for sure.
Yeah. But, yeah. Anyways, speaking of stamina.
I am anxious to hear this question or statement.
Conan is an awesome band.
I was like, what?
Do you ever tell people that you like Conan and they just think about the guy that does the TV show?
That's like 100% of the time.
Yeah, well, I can't remember his name now.
When's the last time you were in a public setting that you weren't around other Doom musicians and you're like, dude, I listened to this band Conan. And I'm like, that's a band?
He has a band?
Yeah. Like Schwarzenegger plays? I didn't know.
What kind of band do you think Conan? Oh, I was thinking of Conan O'Brien.
Oh,
I imagine Arnold would be in a very interesting band.
Yeah. I apologize. I'm missing the Conan O'Brien reference.
I missed it too, but
That's fair.
what you were
I should have
talking
said
about
Conan O'Brien.
was exactly what I was thinking. I was like, oh, Conan the Barbarian, right?
What were you
Yeah.
thinking, listener? Let us know. Tell us what you thought I was talking about.
longriversessions@gmail.com.
Yes. Comment on everything, please. But, yeah, every time I try to talk to somebody about Conan that doesn't already listen to them, I guess they are the weird ones, but they think about Conan O'Brien. And they're like, I didn't know he played music. I assume he would play really weird music.
I think he does play music.
Of
Conan
course he
O'Brien.
does.
That's a tall guy, right?
Yeah, the redheaded dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Talk show.
Yeah.
In the year 3000.
Is that one of his songs?
Oh, dude. Okay. So that's way back in the day when he was first getting on the air as doing talk shows. He had this segment with that Andy Richter guy, and they would say in the year 3000, and Conan would make predictions about what the Earth would be like in the year 3000.
Wow.
They were always terrible.
And that's the best part, right?
I know, dude. It's funny guy.
We always try to think of like stupid stuff to do like that on here, but we never stick
do.
to it.
Surprisingly, it takes so much creativity to come up with something very stupid like that.
Yeah. Oh, we just do it naturally at this point. We're naturals.
Well, one day we need to just go to Applebee's and really solidify some plans for the show.
Applebee's is a great
Oh.
meeting place.
I thought we were going to do a show at Applebee's trying all their cheap drinks.
Ooh, we could.
May I be a part of this?
Yeah.
I know I'm
Yes.
just a guest.
No, come on. Yeah. So
We'll just reserve like a table of 20 people and just put a bunch of mics out.
That is
Ooh, that
a
would be
great
fun.
idea.
Yeah.
These are all terrible drinks.
Yeah, these are all terrible drinks. And we're all yelling, oh, you're going to have fun editing this.
I don't prefer your margarita. Oh, yeah, I know. That would be a nightmare, dude.
We're just going to have one. We're
It's just
gonna
one
have-
long
yeah.
synth beep. beep.
Yeah. We're just going to have to hire one person to stay sober and be like, at time this, he said.
Yeah, beep. He said beep, beep. Well, the reason we brought up Conan and went on this random tangent is because that's a song that you brought. Usually we have our guests bring music that they've been listening to and think other people should listen to too. And this is one of the ones that you picked. Was there any reason, or is it just something that's just been on your playlist?
It's been on my playlist, but I love the second half of the song. Like you got the beginning kind of building up, and then they stop, and you have that guitar riff, and I just love it. It's three chords.
I think I know. That's where he does like the Tom was like. Okay, yeah.
Three chords. It's like the heaviest three chords around, though.
I love this band because like you can watch where they've done interviews and stuff like that, and he's like, we never wanted to be crazy technical or super evil. We just write the riffs that we like, and it's so true. Like, because it's simple, easy stuff, but it just has that impact. It doesn't sound like they're doing it to be easy. I don't know. It's just they make it work.
Yeah, dude. It honestly reminds me of the Ramones. Like
Yeah.
Right? They they play
about to say
three
that.
chords. It's freaking great. You don't have to like embellish anything.
Yeah. Just
tune
jam
down
out,
his-
yeah. Just jam out, bro. It's punk rock.
Have you seen these guys play live?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, I saw them once in Austin, and the guitar player's guitar amp, I don't know what kind it was, but it looked like the radiator to a Cadillac. It looked like he built it out of like a like a pick apart's auto place. And of course it sounds massive and huge. I think they drop tune to like double drop.
Dude, it's
F.
below B. I have no idea
how they keep it at all tight sounding. I don't know, dude. Yeah. But I also like their drummer because their drummer is like really interesting. I guess I'm speaking too much before we play this.
No,
well, let's
this
all
is good
hear
to-
it, and
yeah.
then I'll talk about how I like the drummer doing his cymbal stuff. How's that stuff?
I'll listen for
He
it.
includes them in those fills, though, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, especially with his splashes, it reminds me of a band called Cryptopsy. Mm-hmm. You know them?
Oh yeah. But that's not the same.
It's not
type
the
of
same
music.
style,
Yeah.
but their drummer Flo was always doing wild fills with his cymbals, and it reminds me a lot of this band a lot. What's the name of the song that you picked?
Oh my gosh, Path
Prosper on the path.
Yeah. There you go.
We have it right.
Prosper on the path. Thank you.
We've talked about putting a board on the.
Thank you, Messiah, for putting.
See? Tech nerd.
Somebody has to be responsible.
Not really. I'm just like, a chance to be tech nerd. All right, I can do this.
Well, all right, let's check out Prosper on the Path from Conan. my first impression of that band when I heard them was that it kind of sounds like Slayer if Slayer aspired to stay one of the heaviest bands. You know? Like, I love the way they layer the vocals, but the main dude who sings, like, his vocals just sound so much like a certain era of Tom Araya.
Yeah.
But I like the way they layer it, though. It makes it sound really unique.
Well, they actually influenced us a lot as far as the dual vocal thing. I mean, John and I trade off quite a bit, but when we sing together, I mean, we can't pull it off because we're not those guys, so we're two different guys.
But it's a different flavor.
Right. But we're like, hey, let's make this kind of like Conan. Let's try to do this like the Conan vocals. Oh, okay, yeah. Because they layer it. You know, you got one guy kind of down here, and one guy like this. He's saying "Angel of Death."
No, I mean it takes me back to the death metal thing because death metal guys do that all the time. They'll do the gang vocals with the low and the highs, and that to me, like, not every band nowadays can really do that, especially like in the doom thing, because usually, I don't know, they're not screaming up and down like that. I don't know. I'm probably not saying it right. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. They're not pitching their vocals like that usually in like the stoner or the doom thing anymore.
Nope.
Okay. Well, yeah. First, my takeaway was like, hey, I could understand these words. That's how I like my metal. I was like, okay. I don't care how heavy or not heavy it is, as long as I can understand what's going on or what's being said.
That's a thing you consider when you're listening to heavy
Dude,
music?
I'm a new metal guy, okay?
A new metal guy. That's a totally different stuff.
No, oh my
He like
goodness.
Snot and like Static X and stuff.
I like not N-U-N-E-W.
Oh, okay.
I know. As soon as you guys, I was like, no, not the genre new. I'm just new to the metal scene. Yeah,
It's all right, dude. You can tell us. You love Limp Bizkit.
I do. No, that's Kid Rock.
You just showed your true colors. You tried, man. I appreciate that.
Did. A for effort. I know.
Bomb. I still like Cold Chamber. Cold Chamber was cool. They're like the Conan of new metal.
I like System of a Down.
I don't know what you would classify them as.
So I thought they were new metal. System of a Down.
I mean, they came out during that time, but they really were.
They're definitely different.
Yeah.
I don't know what to classify them
Heavy
either.
music.
Yeah, heavy music is it's like they're heavy.
I went
kind
through
of weird.
I went through a phase like 2 months ago where I was listening to their album like every day at work. Like, I don't know why, just out of nowhere. I think it was half nostalgia and half like rediscovering music that I didn't pay attention to. In
Which
the
album?
same way, Toxicity.
Yeah.
Do they have any other ones?
Yeah, their self-titled
just
one.
kidding.
Oh, I was like, I mean, dude, what the last one they did, I wasn't down for, and like the solo Serge Tankian one was cool, but like, it's like Perfect Circle, a diet tool.
A diet tool.
It's like Serge Tankian, a diet.
Oh my god!
ad.
I was so disappointed when that Perfect Circle stuff came out. I'm not a Tool fan, but they had, what was it, Herb Alexander from Primus playing drums on half the album.
Oh wow!
And then they
I
had
didn't know
Josh Freese. I'm a big punk rock fan, and he's from the Vandals.
Okay.
And I was like, wait,
Oh, that's how I know. Wait, really, dude?
Yeah.
Is the Vandals still playing? I've seen them live once. They're amazing
I've seen
live.
them live a bunch of times, but I haven't seen them live in the past 10 years.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
But I was like, Josh Freese is playing in this band. I bet they're good. And then I got the album and I was like, oh no, they're not.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give them a try again because I love the Vandals. I didn't know he was playing in that.
What about the half with the Primus drummer? Was that one good?
I don't think they were writing the songs. So, no, it wasn't.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, see, I guess that would be when you go from being in a band like Primus and somebody's like, "Hey, will you play drums on this album I've already written?" I guess you don't really get like.
But I feel like Primus. Like when you think Primus, you think Les Claypool. Like who are the other
I think
two
South
people?
Park.
Can't hate on that. Yeah.
Even their music that wasn't in South Park just reminds me of cartoons from the 90s.
It did. I feel like it typecasted him. It's that iconic, weird, nasally voice.
Dude, I really liked that stuff though, dude. I'd be going to Vandal shows, and on the way to seeing like the Vandals, Circle Jerks, all that stuff, I'm playing like Sailing the Seas of Cheese by Primus. My friends were like,
album.
"What on earth is this?" I'm like, "Dude, it's cool. Just shut up."
Yeah.
Just let it get you in the zone. Like,
It does, yeah. If you're not used to Primus and you hear it, you're like, what? No.
What's going on?
Yeah, no.
what's your
what is
favorite
it?
Primus song, Jude?
Probably those damn blue collar tweakers.
What about you, Messiah?
Southbound Pachyderm.
I've never heard either of those. Mine is Lacquerhead. I love that song, Lacquerhead.
That's a good one too. No, like I only know them because I watched. Someone told me like, "Oh, you like Primus? You should watch the Hallucinogenics tour." And that was the first time I've seen Les Claypool play live, like up close.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was doing, I guess, regular stuff that I've never heard, like hammer-ons or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, he's not even playing. He's just doing this. And his other hand is just like doing this.
Yeah, he
was like,
treats the
how
bass like a percussive
Yeah,
instrument.
it's
like,
crazy.
I wish I was like special enough to be that unique. You know, like he's totally one of a kind. Nobody else will ever sound like him.
Mm-mm.
And if you try to, like, you won't even. The people wouldn't even be okay with it. You know, you can't even copy him.
No. I think Tom Waits is in that that
Same echelon.
Yeah, like if someone tried to copy him, you're like, get out of here, fake Tom Waits.
I love Tom Waits. I really like the stuff that sounds like an old drunk pirate trying to, like imagine you're a baby and your parents had to like rush off somewhere, and they're like, "Oh, our friend, I don't know his name, but he's a big fat drunk pirate. Please put our baby to sleep. Just make sure it goes to sleep." And that's how Tom Waits sings.
I can see that.
I don't know. When
He does sound like
I
a
hear him,
drunk something.
I just think whiskey and cigarettes.
Yeah.
I mean, it reminds me of my grandfather, you know?
Yeah, I can see that.
Speaking of whiskey and cigarettes, there was like I don't know if it was a documentary or movie called Coffee and Cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see that? And
Yeah,
it was with
Iggy Pop
Iggy Pop.
and-
Yeah, it was Iggy Pop and Tom Waits.
Oh, where they're
doing
going to
is-
quit smoking,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they never do.
yeah. And they're just drinking coffee, talk. Yeah, I was like, wow, this is like a popular movie. Like,
I want to
and
hang out. I want to hang out in a room with Tom Waits and Charles Bukowski. I feel like that would be like the best conversation and probably the most cigarette secondhand smoke you'd ever endure.
yeah. Ashtray mouth.
I wonder if that would be a good thing, man. I mean, you get those two together.
I wonder.
It's
if
like
that didn't
toxic
sound good.
levels. And then, I mean, Bukowski would be just drinking.
Oh yeah.
And if it'd be fine if he was drinking, but if he tried to like keep like, hey, you got to keep up, man.
No.
You'd have to. Yeah, with Tom Waits and Bukowski. I mean,
But it
you're
wouldn't-
like us, nobody. Like, hey guys, can I join your conversation? Thanks for letting me hang
I'm
out.
just gonna listen. Yeah. Okay.
Are you a Bukowski fan, Jude?
I really haven't read much of his stuff, and so I it's one of those things like I've got to go back because I went through a phase where I read Bukowski, and it was during the whole like I read Jack Kerouac, On the Road and all that, and I enjoyed Bukowski's stuff more than Kerouac, but it's been 20 years. I've got to go back.
Yeah, I just let my buddy Connor borrow Factotum. And he just finished it, and he's like, I don't really know what to make of this. And I was like, it's
That
like
sounds
you're sitting
about
in a
right.
bar, hanging out with this old man, like listening to his dirty stories and like about how crazy his life was. I love his books so much.
That's funny. That's how I felt about On the Road.
Really?
I finished it and I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I just read this whole book and I don't know. It was a fun journey, but I think it's just the way it was written. Like, because there was really no.
It's
point
just
to
stories of
anything,
him like
yeah.
getting drunk and going.
Yeah, and taking bennies.
Yeah, dude, I got to the end of it. I was like, dude, this could have been me and any of my friends. Come on now. Like me circa 18 to 23. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. I did read it when I was 18. So maybe if like you said, revisiting that, I think it would probably make more sense now. Because at the time, I was like, I don't know what they're popping. They're who's Benny?
Benadryl?
No, Benzedrine.
Yeah.
Oh. That lets you know where I am with my
No, yeah.
I was like, I pop Benadryls to go to bed all the time, man. It's the best sleep
They're
you'll ever
just
get.
like, popping. I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
It's the opposite end of the spectrum, man. It's uppers.
Makes you go fast.
Benzedrine and dexedrine and stuff.
That kind of reminds. Have you ever read Clockwork Orange?
Oh, yeah.
That's how that kind of is too, because they use language that you don't really know what they're talking about, but you can kind of piece it together. You know,
They're doing something.
I don't know what's in that milk, but I think it's meth.
Of course.
What were they giving the cow? Imagine. Dude. Oh, I feel like I could go on and on about books now. Are you an avid reader? Do you read?
Yes. Yes, I read every single day. Now,
Awesome.
I kind of go through phases where I'll read what I understand is trash, but I still read it, and then I'll read like more heady material, but I can only do that for a certain period of time, man. Like right now, I'm in my trash phase, so I'm reading Siege of Darkness, I think it's called, by R.A. Salvatore. It is totally a Dungeons and Dragons fantasy.
Dope. That's awesome. Are you a Brandon Sanderson fan?
No, I don't know who that is.
Oh, I'll let you borrow some stuff.
I've met R.A. Salvatore once, but I didn't. But I was this was many years ago when I used to work at GameStop, and I was hanging around a bunch of D&D friends. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, you want to come to this event with us? It's $20. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I waited in line with my buddies, and I shook some guy's hand and was like, "Oh man, it was cool. He was so cool." I was like, "Who did I shake hands with? Whose signature do I have?" It's like, "Man, that's R.A. Salvatore." I'm like, "Oh, cool."
I like his stuff, man.
I've never heard of him.
Oh yeah, he writes Dungeon and Dragon stuff. It's within Forgotten Realms.
Are they Dungeons and Dragon books or like the guidebooks that you use to play the game?
It's fiction based off.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't read any of that, so I don't. I'm a nonfiction guy. Yeah, Tom always tries to get me to read other stuff, but it's like, stop.
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, I go through phases, man. Like I said,
same.
you know, and like I studied history for a long time, and I actually have a master's degree in history. So wow. I really delved into, or I do delve into a lot of nonfiction at times, but then my brain needs a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I've been reading this Charles Dickens book called Great Expectations, and it's been hard to read. It's been hard to get through. The only reason I'm pursuing through it is because my coworker, Brian, I was like, dude, I think I'm gonna give up. I'm like getting bored with this book. It is long. I don't know. The language is difficult, and he's like, it's worth it. Get through it. Just get through it. And I was like, okay. So I'm reading that, and I'm reading another book called Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance at the same time, which is an amazing book.
Yeah, you're liking it?
Who wrote that?
Oh, I have it in the living room. I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's because someone recommended that to me about a year ago, and I just never got around to it.
It is so good. It's funny, like my wife Ashley reads a lot too, and I was, like 4 chapters into it, and I was like, I'm reading this book I think you really, really love. She's like, oh, what is it? And I ride motorcycles, so I say Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, and she's like, what? Like, why would you assume I'd like that? I was like, it's not about motorcycle maintenance, I promise. It's not at all. It's like a weird, it's basically a story. He tells it as a story where this is a really off subject for our show, but he's telling a story where he's on a motorcycle ride with a couple of friends and his kid, but it goes in and out of like these like Buddhist stories and lessons.
Sweet.
And he's talking about like he has these memories from a guy named Phaedrus, and they keep interjecting themselves on him. It's an amazing book.
Sweet, yeah.
But
well, I used to.
This is the Long River Book Show on KPFT HD2.
No, I used to be super deep into Zen Buddhism, and everybody said to read it. But same as Ashley, I was like, why would I want to read anything about motorcycles? Yeah, it has the word Zen in it, but I'm not going to read it.
It's crazy. Like 1 second he's talking about having to like fix the tension on his chain, and 2 paragraphs later, he's talking about like the Buddha and being
Sweet.
Zen, about
that's
like
awesome.
acknowledging like your surroundings and all this stuff, and it's crazy. It was written a long time ago. I told my grandma I was reading it. She's like, "Oh, I love that book," and I was like, "Oh wow, I have the." It's an old book. It's from like the 60s or 70s, I think.
And probably back in the days during like the hippie days, right, where Zen was all about. It's either you were Buddhist or the Hare Krishnas back in the day, right? No, that's awesome. I should definitely check it out.
Yeah. Well, all right. That's enough book talk for the Long River Radio show. No, I'm just but that's cool that you're so into reading, because it's harder and harder to find friends that you can talk to about books lately. You know.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. But so you brought some other music. Let's go to another song that you brought. That's not Conan. This is Gygax. I've never heard of Gygax.
Yeah, they were a band out of California, just kind of a well, it actually ties right into R.A. Salvatore. Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were
Perfect. You really did do radio before. I can tie anything together.
no, this is way nerdier than just some radio tie-ins, right?
Ooh.
It's these guys out of California. They're really big into like Thin Lizzy and old hard rock from the 70s, but also they love Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
So like the lyrics are they're. A couple of them are just pulled straight out of R.A. Salvatore books.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Wow. I mean, that used to be a thing with like Led Zeppelin and stuff too. They would just pull stuff right out of like The Hobbit. And
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
That. I mean, that's a good place
Oh
to
my
get
God, that
inspiration.
makes sense. Sorry, now. Whoa. Okay. I'm ready now. I didn't.
So this is going to be some Dungeons and Dragons music. Technically, that's what we're going to categorize.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Sure,
called
Dungeons
high
and Dragons
fantasy. Yeah.
It's like Thin Lizzy and Dungeons and Dragons.
And the song is called High
Yeah,
Fantasy.
High Fantasy.
That's exactly right,
So
sir.
okay, perfect. I love it. This is the perfect transition. This is High Fantasy by Gygax.
Yeah, dude, that's definitely the best soundtrack for a D&D game.
As soon as they started playing, I was like, "Yep,
Yeah.
you weren't lying."
I'm down. So, when are we gonna start playing D&D then? Like, we have the soundtrack.
I'm off after 11 a.m. on Sundays. After
Sunday?
church, I am free to play D&D.
I'm down, dude. You gonna be the dungeon master?
I bought the rule book, but I was hoping you could be the dungeon master.
No. Maybe we can get Zach in here. Dude, he was really good. He was super good. Like, anytime I had like a hiccup or I was just like, I want to hit this guy. What do I do next? He was, well, roll your dice.
We can get Kyle and Holly here too, man. They're true
Yeah, I know.
dungeon
Yeah.
masters.
Yeah. It's
Like
fun.
they live in a dungeon. Oh, I'm just joking. Shut up. I love you, Holly and Kyle.
Yeah, we
It's just
love
a
you.
joke. I love you.
Yeah, it's a joke. So you're listening to the Long River Radio Show on KPFT HD2 with our friends from The Living Art.
Yes, please go visit us on our socials on Facebook and Instagram and on YouTube, and watch all of our videos that we have.
Yeah, it's good music.
Yeah, we need to do more. maybe Stone Nomads will convince us to set up the living room again.
Should.
Sure, we would love to come and jam in your living room.
He's shaking his head right now, moving his hand across his throat. No,
These
cut.
unprofessional guys.
Well, Jude, what do you have going on? Is there anything you want to plug or let us know about?
Yeah, man, in a couple of weeks, November 11th, we're going to be playing Black Magic Social Club with Rickshaw, Billy's Burger Patrol.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So that'll be fun. That's kind of really all we have before the end of the year. But we talked about earlier, just released an album a couple weeks ago. It's called At the Gates of Solitude. You should check it out on our Bandcamp page and probably like buy a copy and some T-shirts and stuff.
Heck yeah, dude.
We've invested a lot of money in it.
We got Esben Williams on this.
Yeah, we've got Esben Willems, the drummer from Monolord. We've got Kyle Thomas from Trouble and Exorder singing on a track. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
Check it out.
It sounds really good. Hope y'all have. I mean, you guys obviously already do pretty well. Based on, I was looking at y'all's Spotify numbers and I was impressed. Like, they're pretty good, man.
We're trying, man. We're trying.
Yeah. Oh, y'all just played in Austin too. How was that?
That was good, man. We did a back-to-back thing where album release stuff. We did Austin on a Friday night, Houston on a Saturday night. It was fun.
Nice.
So November 11th, Saturday,
Yes.
Black Magic Social Club.
Oh,
That
we
is
love those
correct.
guys. Shout out John at Black Magic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're pretty much running out of time. Thank you again so much for coming.
Thanks
We
for
really
having me.
appreciate it. And yeah, I guess we'll see y'all next. Messiah's making a funny face.
Oh, no.
so it's
I was like,
confusing.
do I hear it? Do I hear it? Is it coming on? Oh, it is coming on. There it is. Okay. I was like, I'm hearing something. That's not us.
Yes, that's the outro.
Oh, that's the
God's speaking to us.
That's telling us to wrap it up, B.
All right, we'll see y'all next week. Thanks for checking us out.
Have a good night.
Bye.